Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's Kim Odekoven, KRODESIGNS. If you guys have been following my micro HP adventure, and if you haven't seen those videos, I'll put them below and put a card in the corner. But I really am enjoying the micro HP in this wallet. I figured out I wanted some clear dividers and I made my own. And a lot of people have since on my videos have asked me, well, where do you get your dividers? Where do you get your dividers? Well, I'm a DIY kind of girl, so I've decided to make my own when I first started, and I thought I'd bring that information to you so you can make your own dividers if you want to. And this is what they look like. These are just the clear dividers. This has been decorated. I put some washi and some stickers on it. And the reason I like these clear dividers because you can do absolutely anything with them. You can leave them plain or, prettify them if you want to. I did put stickers for tabs, but I really like the fact that I've got some tab situation up on top, because if you do use it for the wallet, you can't have stuff on the side because it bangs into the pencil pouch and that. So top tabs are essential, at least for me with this micro. And that is what I made here. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's show you what you need to start this. First of all, this is clear film acetate, and I will link below. This is from Amazon. Fairly inexpensive, less than $10 for 25 sheets. And that is a good deal. And it's perfectly clear. It is it's very hard to see. All these things are hard to see on camera, but you can see the reflection. It is absolutely perfectly clear acetate, and it works really great, and you can even print on it if you want to. So you can take this, put it through your printer, put a design on it, and then cut it out and do all the other stuff I do with the video. The next thing you're going to need are these just basic generic 3M pouches. Now these are the 3 millimeters, different thicknesses of pouches, and this is just the regular size. You can get these at Staples, you can get them at Walmart. Scotch does make a thicker laminating pouch. It's a 5, and you're more than welcome to look for those, but they are significantly more expensive, and it's about double for the thicker one. So if you look at here, they are very stiff but still pliable. I think if you're looking for something in the realm of doing, let's say, like a cover thickness, because that's not as bendy, that's the 5. So just so you have that information moving forward. Now I'm just going to go ahead and grab a laminating sheet and a piece of acetate from this. And it has these little pieces of paper in between so they don't get scratched. That's how high quality they are. First thing you're going to do is insert the acetate into the laminating pouch. And if you do any creasing whatsoever, it will show up either in the laminating pouch or on the acetate. So you need to be careful when you're inserting. If you're kind of in a hurry, sometimes you just want to jam it up in there. But I do kind of make sure that it's mostly encased in here. You don't have to worry so particularly about the edges. It will not hurt the acetate or the laminating pouches if it's on the exterior of the laminating pouches. So I just stick it in there and I'm ready to rock and roll. So this laminator is nothing special. It's just the one I got at Target for like $12. But there is 2 different settings. There's a 3 millimeter and a 5 millimeter. I am going to be using the 5 millimeter when I use it because I think it really heats it up a little bit better and it's not going to harm. So you just make sure you line it up and make sure it's going to feed through straight, because if it doesn't, it's going to create a crease down the middle. And here's a perfect example of what happened. You see that? It kind of got jammed in the machine and then ruined this. You also want to make sure that there's nothing impeding the front of the laminator, because if it gets stuck in there, it will create too many waves on the acetate laminating sheet. So now it's completely finished and I'm ready to move on. Well, the next step is one of 2 ways. The first easiest way, if you do not have an electronic cutting machine, is to get this printout. This is a PDF printout that you can go ahead and download from my Etsy store. And then what you do is you layer them on top of each other, and you can either trace on here. You can either trace on here with a dry erase marker. Using a dry erase or wet erase marker, it's not going to harm it at all. That way, once you have it traced, you can take it over to whatever cutting board you want and cut off the edges of this. Now, the other thing you can do is just go ahead and bulldog clip it together, and then go ahead and use some scissors and cut around. So those are different ways of doing it. It might be a little bit faster, but you will get a straighter edge if you use a rotary cutter and a self-healing mat, or you can do it with the Cricut, and I'll show you that next. In your Cricut design space, have a new workspace open, then you're going to upload the file that you've downloaded for me from Etsy. I do always pick complex just to make sure I have all of the images really have rounded corners. Then you don't need to do anything. I've done all the hard work and I've made it just a PNG with a transparent background already. Just save as a cut file and then upload it into your workspace. Now don't resize it. I've already, again, done the hard part. Go ahead and just click Make It. Now it's time to set the material. Go ahead and go over to Browse All Materials unless you've saved it as your favorites. You'll want to type in stencil and it'll come up with two options. You're going to pick the 0.4 millimeters for stencil film. Then I always choose a deep blade, which is always helpful in this situation, and more pressure. Go ahead and load your mat and press go. Once you've got them cut out, you just want to make sure that when you've stacked them or about to punch, you make sure that you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 in descending order. Sometimes when you peel them off and you're in a hurry, they get to be in a bunch, and then you double punch one the same way. You insert it into your Mamby punch, and you just want to make sure that this edge and that edge, you both have the equal distant amount. You could do some markings on your Mamby planner if you're looking for some more perfection, but I just find that if I eyeball it in the middle, it works just fine. And there you have your punch divider. Now, what is awesome about this design here that I put together for you, that is if you take a pair of scissors and you chop off that top tab, you now have a rounded square. It is exactly the same size as you would for any of your covers of your mini happy planners. See, it's absolutely stunningly perfect. Now, I wouldn't punch this until after you finish laminating because you'll get the best results that way. Now, if you're interested in either the digital file or physical clear dividers for your own micro happy planner, go ahead and follow the link below to my Etsy store and there'll be a coupon code there as well. Thanks so much for stopping and have a fantastic micro day.